Hello, I'm here with Jordi, and we are going to be talking about the iRise projection. Jordi, there's a lot of technical stuff that goes on behind bringing art to life. Could you talk about some of the key technologies that you have used for this iRise projection mapping?
Yeah, for this mapping, we used 8 Barco projectors, but we wanted to have a lot of light and the colors to be real colors. And we picked up this 4K, 40,000 lumens, and it's a laser technology. So we have super powerful amount of light. They are stacked, dual stacked, doing the same images. So we have 4 dual, so in total 8 projectors. And we also have a huge PA sound system. And then we have also the media server, which is Pixera, that is working with the 3D of the building. So we are projecting the mapping in real time on this 3D facade. And then the server is warping all the images to match perfectly with the facade and the different surface that we have.
Yeah, I can see the facade is very nicely done. What were the challenges of projecting onto Plaza de España? I can see that a lot of work has gone on to make sure that the show is brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, the building is huge, and we wanted to match super correctly the building with the images. We did a laser scan before, so we have a precision of the 3D model nearly millimeters, so we can match perfectly all the size and the specific surface of the building. And after that, we also thought that it would be good to have this white fabric that we have right now, because we are getting more the images in between the different columns. So we can also have stories happening in between those columns. No? So that was one of the challenges. And also it's good because I'm from Barcelona, and I always wanted to project in a huge place like this, and super centric in Barcelona.
Yeah, it's definitely a historic space in Barcelona. What have you learned from this? Have you learned new things about your craft, about how to do projection mapping that maybe you can use in the future down the line?
You're always learning, because like all the projects are giving you some knowledge that you are always taking that knowledge that you got from the past and making the evolution. But it was super nice to have this building and to do this mapping, and also because we learned how to work with different people, because the Lang is putting all the technical stuff. So we had to work online to make it real and just be here, and everything was super smooth. So I think we did a really good pre-production. And I think that the result is deserves something like this, you know.
I'm here with Inocuo. Welcome. Are you happy that your art is finally up?
Absolutely, yes.
How did you take the creative brief for iRise and turn it into the content that we see today?
Well, it was the idea was to take all the information from the internet, like the hashtags, about all the pandemic thing that we have like the last years, and trying to give them the possibility to turn into a hope message in different chapters, and try to make something like really contemplative in a point of view of graphic design. That's the thing that I make during the last 25 years, and try to make like a portrait of all this type of concept and put it together in this building, and that's absolutely amazing.
And how did the canvas, which is the Plaza de España, how did that contribute to the content creation process? How did you incorporate it into the art that we see today?
Well, this is a shape. It's a shape like a white shape. Like you have to build it up like really good, because it's not easy to have this type of point of view of this type of canvas, because you have to use the columns and everything together to put it in a visual context. I give them like something for the people are crossing around Barcelona or wherever. I give them like something visual and absolutely like in terms of creativity, like good, beautiful basically.
And finally, the Plaza de España is a work of art in its own right. How do you feel that your contribution to it has added to it or changed it or evolved its story for visitors?
Well, yeah, I'm a local from here, so I'm a designer. I started like many years ago in art and craft college here in Barcelona, it's La Massana, and it's always Barcelona. I have like like early days or the main seat of graphic design in Europe, or basically for me represent like my early days in graphic design, in visual arts, in many other things, and for me it's a pleasure to give them back my background and put it like all together, and in this absolutely amazing context as in Plaza España, this is a super like icon.
I'm here with Xavi Escolano, the creative director for Flaix Studio and the man responsible for iRise. It's a really beautiful work of art on a really beautiful building. Where did you draw inspiration from for this?
In fact, the brief was the inspiration at the very beginning. Then we had to found a poetry, and we found this poem of Maya Angelou, which is very powerful poem, where it shows us that no matter what it is, the challenge, in this fact, COVID was a challenge for the whole industry, you have to rise. So in this case, we thought that we had to do something meaningful for the ISC, and we started, okay, let's recap hashtags from the social networks, from the people is working and the enterprises that are working on the audiovisual industry, to get a point about where we will want to go after the pandemic. What is the new world that we're going to create after the pandemic? What are our wishes for this new world? And we found the concept iRise. I rise for the future, I rise for hope, I rise to a better world and to something global, but together.
Yeah, and just looking at the artwork, I can feel that optimism, and it's peppered through everything from the audio to the visuals to the words that have been selected and the hashtags that you've picked. Could you elaborate a bit more on your process of getting these intangible concepts and bringing them across to an audience?
The fact is that we didn't want it to do a mapping, we wanted to do an art installation. Why is that? Because it's about words. Words, as the show says, are very at the very beginning of action, and the artwork to download this concept to the show was, first of all, emotion, music. That's how you dress the concept, and then to select. We had like 300 hashtags selected for this show. That gives us the script. In fact, the script has been done over the hashtags.
The audience for this is pretty global. You've obviously got the people who live and work in Barcelona, but with ISC, you've got people from all over the world coming in and seeing this. What's the feeling you want visitors to walk away with after seeing iRise?
Hope, elevation. I want the people, but I'm not. It's not on me to say what is the feeling that they have to go with. But I want the people to think on the people that they have on side to side, seeing the same show and saying, okay, there's hope on the world, which is something that could sound a little bit cheesy, but I think that's the only way to go further.
Xavi, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you to you too.